Hi guys, it's Andy from Estella's Revenge, and today I am finally doing the My Life in Books tag, and this was created by Dani from Dani on Books, and if you don't already follow Dani, then get yourself to her channel because she is awesome. So, My Life in Books tag. So many booktubers have already done this, and I've meant to do it, but I had to go and pull all the books off the shelves and all that stuff, and I'm kind of lazy on the weekends when I usually film tags. So it's taken me a while to get to it, but I'm glad to finally be doing it. I've got my little cheat sheet, and I'm ready to go. So the first task is to pick books that go with your initials. So my initials are A-N-M. So my first book is Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I've had this on my shelves forever. I really enjoy Atwood's writing. She's very cerebral, and for me, if I'm not in exactly the right mood, it's hard for me to get into her books. And so I have not started this one yet, but I've been kind of feeling that Atwood mood coming on, so we'll see. To go with the letter N, I have The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri, and this was Lahiri's first novel. She first wrote Interpreter of Maladies, which was a collection of short stories that won some pretty big prizes, I think, and I really loved that book. So I have no idea why I haven't read... I'm sorry, I'm finding stuff in my book. I have no idea why I haven't read The Namesake yet, but hopefully in the coming year. And last but not least, to go with the letter M, I have Matrimony by Joshua Hankin. And I read this book, I'm sorry, I haven't read this book. I received it quite a while ago. But it's about the 1980s, an aspiring writer working in a college in New England. He meets this girl, they fall in love, they get married, and it's about the issues of marriage. So yeah, with me getting married in March, this could be a good read, or it could be a bad one. It's hard to say. The next task is to count along your bookshelves to the point at which you reach your age. So I am 32 for another month. And so the 32nd book on my shelves was Crooked Letter by Tom Franklin. This was nominated for an Edgar Award. It is a mystery thriller type novel, which is not usually my thing, but this one got such good reviews, I couldn't help but get a copy. The next question. Pick a book that is set in a city or country that you would like to go to. No, I lied. It's pick a book that is set in your city or country. So it's really easy to pick a book set in Texas, or it's easy to pick a book set in the U.S., my city or my country or my state, but I wanted to be a little shiftier. I live in a really small town northeast of Dallas, and the closest I've ever seen to my actual location in a book was in The Passage by Justin Cronin. He actually mentions Terrell, Texas, which is about 30 miles from where I live, and I don't have a copy to show to you because it's on my e-reader, but The Passage is an amazing book. If you haven't read it, you need to jump on that, and also made me proud by mentioning my area. Now is a destination you'd like to travel, and I chose Paris, A Love Story by Katie Martin. And Katie Martin was or is a journalist and author, and she was married to a man who was very, very high-powered, I want to say in the Bush administration. He worked a lot with foreign policy and things like that. And Paris, A Love Story is a memoir about their life together, but also a memoir of loss, as he was killed. Or he died, actually. He was not killed. I think he died of a heart attack. But if you like books like The Year of Magical Thinking by, her name just left me, Joan Didion, or if you like memoirs in general, this is a great book. I've not finished it yet, but I started reading it and got completely sucked in. So I've put this on my pile for an upcoming readathon. The next question, pick a book that is your favorite color. So I chose Girl in Translation by Jean Kwok. It's this beautiful, beautiful turquoise color, but then it has these little touches of like a yellowish green kind of citron color, and I just love that combination. So this is definitely a winner. Choose a book that you have the fondest memories of reading. Hands down, Our Town by Thornton Wilder is a play, if you're not familiar, and I first read this in high school. I was a huge fan of a show called My So-Called Life, It was a very teen angsty type of TV show, but it was the first time Claire Danes had been on TV. She had not done any movies at that point. It was her first big thing. And I was absolutely in love with that show. And they did a high school production of Our Town, and that episode really touched me, and it prompted me to read this play. And I have read this play, I don't even know how many times. I couldn't even tell you. But I love it. I continue to love the show. I watch it over again sometimes. And it just reminds me of that time in my life when I was very carefree and it seemed like there were so many options and so much to be learned and so much to be touched by. And this book definitely touched me. And then choose a book that's been the most difficult to read. And that's probably why I haven't finished it. It's The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, and I've had this book for years. It's not very big. You would think it would be a quick read, but no matter how many times I try to start, I never finish. So I really probably need to try again. Hopefully I'm older and wiser and could actually finish this book. And pick a book that you would feel a great amount of accomplishment from finishing. Hands down, it would be Vanity Fair by William Makepeace Thackeray. I've had this book for a very long time as well. It's the movie tie-in edition, so that kind of tells you how long I've had it on my shelves. And no matter how many times I start this one too, I never seem to be able to finish it. It sounds like a great story. I've enjoyed the writing, but it's quite chunky, and so it's a bit of a commitment. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's on my Classics Club list. I can finish it within the next year or so. So yeah, that was my life in books. If you haven't done this tag yet, feel free because it's a great one. And I'll see you soon. Bye.